Hello everyone, this is Hadrian.
Hi, and I'm Mal.
Thanks for watching. Let's play some more Master of Orion Conquer the Stars in our Mystics and Merchants series, where, as we said in episode, 5 or 6 of the original Extreme Bromance, our collective gooses appear to be cooked.
They might be.
But there are some reasons for optimism. Not necessarily optimism, but there are reasons to believe that there could be a light around a curve at the end of the tunnel, if you know what I'm saying. So right now, we both, in the past episode or two, Mal and I have resolved an issue where a lot of our worlds from the beginning of the game had low gravity and were not being very productive. So we're behind on research because a lot of our worlds look like this. Here's an example. Iremora Prime, Meso 2, which was my first colony, but yet still has only 5 population and no research production on it right now, because we're still working on basic infrastructure, because for so long we had low gravity issues. But now that that's resolved, and now that Mal has had another idea. What's your idea, Mal?
Yeah, I'm actually attempting to do it right now, which is, can I secure an alliance with one or both the Terrans and humans? It looks like the Terrans, got to give them a bunch of stuff, but we're going to die otherwise. So I'm going to go ahead and accept them.
Yep.
Now, does that automatically makes you an ally with them as well? Does it not? Or
I haven't met the Terrans yet, so that's a negative.
Okay. All right, then.
Or, I'm sorry, the humans is what I should say.
Sure.
I know they exist, but I have not met them.
Well, that was interesting. So I asked them to be allies. We became allies. I demanded that they declared war, and they declined, and then disposition went to hate.
Yep.
That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, apparently that's not going to work.
Oh, wow. So now you've just made another enemy in the process of trying to make a new friend.
Yeah. I mean, they're allied, but they don't like me, apparently. Doesn't make much sense.
This is the slow clap.
I hear it.
So
building something?
Maybe. No, I'll go to the next turn. Sorry, I didn't. Without the timer, I don't realize that that you're waiting. So yeah. Oh, there goes Comorium. Crap.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we are gonna give this. We want to give this some time, basically, now that our colonies are growing, to see if what we have, especially if Mal can survive this current Sakura onslaught, which is a big if, can kind of start moving us towards a better position. But we are really, really deep in the hole. So there's a point where it's like, have we lost? And we might arrive at that point within an episode or two. We'll see.
Well, I actually just want to see this fight between the Sakura and myself.
Are you already done?
In Comorium. I mean, I've played a lot of this, so yeah, we do not have a clear path to victory at this point.
Gotcha.
No. Well,
you're second guessing yourself now.
Hold on. Let's see. Let me look at the graph, and this will kind of confirm it. I'm going into timeline graph if you want to do the same thing on your screen. So if we look at the Sakura, here is their projected army total, and then here is mine, and here is Hadrian. So if we combine our armies, we are still short.
Yep.
So I just don't think that we can recover. I'm going to the next turn. I don't think we can recover fast enough. I mean, we could give it a try. I would be more inclined to say, yeah, we can, if it wasn't for the fact that this guy's just like destroying my primary production.
Yeah, your main production center. I got you.
News. Yeah, and it's going to take me a couple turns to get back over there.
Okay, there's now been a horrible earthquake on Beta Prime, so that growth there just got set back a good ways. Lovely. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Now, on a positive note, the worlds that I captured in Inari still have those really cute Terranians doing stuff. So there's that.
That's the good news.
That's
and see,
a plus.
On
They're
my
still
end,
cute.
My viewers can't even see that. So
Well,
lucky,
they are though. They're just gonna have
mouse
to take,
subscribers.
They're just gonna have to take my word for it that they're quite cute.
Man, see what's discouraging is that we both had such a solid little bit of territory built up for a little bit. More so than either of us have, I think, in past Bromance series. And then the Sakura just decided they hated us. I really shouldn't have declined that non-aggression pact when I did. Espionage at Procyon Prime. Spies have sabotaged a structure in one of our colonies. Colonial Revenue Service utterly destroyed at Procyon Prime. Yay.
I wonder what would have happened. I don't know. It depends. Because you can also accept a non-aggression pact and then they do the 5 turns later, still declare war on you thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah, and they've done that. The humans were that warlike in the previous series that we did. Or was it the one before that?
Yeah. Yeah, the good guy humans. The good guy humans.
Yeah, they were supposed to be nice.
Eat Hadrian's face.
Yeah. For no reason. I didn't provoke them either.
No, you didn't. That was the one time where you were like, no, I'm going to be nice and I'm not going to forward settle or anything. And then they still were like, roar.
Almost as frustrating as, say, a missile base killing 2 cruisers and a destroyer. Almost, but not quite.
Not quite. Okay, so it says that there's basically even odds between the Sakura fleet and mine. So that probably means we'll get killed. Who knows? But
yep. Because remember, the missile base battle was like fully in my favor.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You were supposed to win that fight.
All right, so they've finally eliminated my outpost in Vizjar. I saw that coming.
And apparently the spying stuff doesn't do anything since the patch.
What do you mean?
It doesn't do anything. I've successfully destabilized the Sakura Empire like 6 times now.
And
don't see anybody declaring war.
No noticeable effect, yeah.
Nothing. So
sad day.
Hold that there because reasons. You grew. Okay, deal already in place. Who do I not have a deal with? Oh, right. The Terrans who hate me.
Let me try negotiating with the Sakura again. Okay, now they only want 2 colonies.
I can't even get an audience with them still, which makes sense. No, Kamara, no.
I'm gonna try to make peace here. Hang on.
Now this is a fair deal. Never.
Okay, so they didn't like that. I'm just trying to give them a bunch of tech.
Oh, okay. Never. Well, there's not really much reason to do that.
No, I mean, I'm not just going to give them tech. I mean, I'm including it with a peace treaty negotiation.
No, I understand that, but they're already so far ahead. Unless you're giving them like BS tech, like deep scanner.
Okay, yeah. Because they want, I mean, before they wanted 3 colonies, now they just want 2.
Oh, so, only 2.
Yeah.
That's very reasonable of them.
Yeah, very reasonable. Just 2 entire worlds.
Good guy, Sakura.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. So their aggressiveness was declining. I was hoping, well, maybe I can replace it with something else if I make it really, really worth their while. Just give them a bunch of tech that they don't have. Because the options don't show up if they don't have them.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Balanced. It's completely balanced.
I'm watching.
We won!
Nice.
What?
Wait.
No, we didn't.
No, I was about to say.
I was like, wait a minute, because I'm used to seeing it on the other side. No, we lost. Hold on. Let me redo that. Let me redo that. Ready? Ready? No! Defeat! We killed 7. And we lost 16.
Wow. That's rough. Painful.
Oh, man.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, they're gonna destroy. That's it. They're gonna nuke Orion. We got a runaway AI, same as always. Do you?
I'm gonna go look at their. I want to go look at the army thing real quick.
Okay, yeah, do that. Let's see how much of a dent you put in there.
Oh, well, hold on. We got to cycle to the next turn for it to update.
Okay.
I just want to see how bad that is.
There goes Comorium Prime. And they
Still
are
alive.
colonizing like crazy.
The wig. Yeah. Okay, so let's see now. Path to victory. Time graph. Okay. So,
Look at that little dip.
yeah, that's...
Yeah.
So we were talking in between episodes because we thought there was a chance we might not win that particular battle. In
Yep.
fact, we were fairly confident.
Yep.
But that we may
Yep.
do another Bromance series, but that since there's now custom empires, we could really try to put things in our favor and, maybe win.
Right, actually win a Bromance series.
Yeah.
Let me also, at the risk of being extremely controversial with you and everyone watching, let me also float another idea past you. Do you, in addition to doing custom races, do you want to play with maybe stepping down to very hard instead of extreme? Not necessarily because... Hang on. Let me finish the thought. Take a breath. Okay. Let me finish the thought. Not because it's too challenging. I don't mind the challenge. But because of the amount of ridiculousness that we always see in various forms in extreme.
I don't disagree with you. I think part of it's just my stubbornness that I'm able to... I've been able to win on extreme, and ever since I've been able to do that, I'm stubborn. That's all there is to it.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was just wanting to run it by you.
I'm being obstinate, but
Yeah.
you know what? Let's do this. I'll build a straw poll, and I'll send you the link, and we could just put it in the description of this video
Heck yeah.
to vote on the difficulty level that they want to see in the next series, and then if they want us to pick standard races or if they're cool with the custom race idea.
So there'll be 2 straw poll links in the description of either video, but it'll go to the same straw poll, so everyone's voting. Oh, that's really cool. I like that idea. We've never done that before. Okay, well, also, now that we've had our fun with Mystics and Merchants, this was your first time doing a series in Revenge of Antares, right?
It is.
Shall we share some?
It's the first time I've played this far through, I guess, is a better way to say it.
Yeah. It's the first time you've gotten this far into a game. And it's definitely the first time we played it together. Any thoughts?
Well,
reflections?
Here's what I would say. First off, and I don't want to be a broken record with it, but I think it's important. The Trilarians are adorable. So that's the coolest thing.
I was taking a sip of my water. That was dangerous, dude.
As long as it didn't come out your nose, you're all right.
No, I'm good.
But no. I think first off, let's break it down via like the races. So the Trilarians, the Space Cows, and the Elerians, they all seem. Well, let me rephrase that. The Trilarians seem pretty weak to me. And that was based off of how they were in Mass of Orion 2. So I don't know that there's a way, if you're trying to be true to what they were historically, that you can really address that much.
Yeah.
But if you take the point values of all of the races, not just the ones in the Antares DLC, as you and I have discussed before, they're wildly imbalanced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the way it is. So if you like the aspects of the Trilarians, good kind of out of the gate because of the speed bonuses and whatnot, then great. And if you like sort of the flavor of the race, fine. But it's a particularly weak race overall. Now, the other two, I think, are situational. I think with the Elerians, and you and I discussed this a little bit, that whole being able to see everything is phenomenal in the first third of the game.
Right.
Like the ability to scout and pick the best planets and all that. That's great. I think it's of less value as the game goes on. And in order to have that, you were giving up something else. So as I've seen before, and you've seen many times, it seems like command point or ship reduction cost or growth, that's where the power base is.
Yep.
So if you don't have that, then which brings us to the space cows, who somewhat overcome that by being able to buy things out. Like I was able to ramp up in the first third of the game, even having really terrible planets to colonize, because there were so many planets and none of them were low grav, which really cripples them. But you could make a custom race using some of their aspects, and I think you could do really, really well, actually. And I like them overall, the space cows. So I think the DLC races are fun. I'm not entirely sure on higher difficulties how viable they are.
Yeah. I agree. And what was interesting to me about playing the Elerians for the first time, kind of what you were saying about how, you know, there's this novelty in the beginning of, I can see everything. And then as you get further into the game where you would naturally have seen a lot of stuff anyway, granted, you can still see everything. So there's always an advantage, and there's an ability to kind of, predict where forces are going to be and make tactical decisions based on what you can see. That's really cool. But on higher difficulty, it really, in my case, I didn't necessarily vocalize it a lot, but those of you who have been watching on my side, you've seen this. I mean, all we've really seen is it just gives you a very clear picture of, oh, they're running away with this game.
Right.
Like it actually just made it that much clearer to me, and then by extension to you, that we had no chance.
Right.
There was that moment where, you had that large fleet in your system. If I weren't playing as the Elerians, I might have said, well, let me try and jump in and hit them in the use system right now, because maybe they've got all their attack power in your system, because that seems like a mighty big fleet. But no, they had a similar sized fleet in Serva ready to defend if I did anything like that, ready to jump in that direction. So they were effectively defending both of their sides. So when you play at a really high difficulty, you can just see the extent to which the AI has all these bonuses and all these incredible production centers, and that you can see the extent to which they're running away. And to be completely frank, for me, playing as the Elerians on high difficulty, specifically those two things, it was kind of demoralizing. I felt, I think, and it's interesting to say that in the context of...
Are you saying that ignorance is truly bliss when it comes to Master of Orion? You don't want to see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
When it comes to high difficulty, because, I mean, especially, let me say this, particularly to folks watching who have seen all of the Bromance series, who have been with our channels, one or both, for a long time. This is the first time, and you all can attest to this, you've seen it, that I've actually established a core planetary territory and held it for the most part. Like, it's the first time that it's happened in the Bromance series, because normally the AI is so aggressive. So this is a first. I should be happy. But the whole time I was just next door watching the Sakura get more and more powerful, and like, I can't keep up with that. Even when I have a comparable sized fleet, their ships are inexplicably stronger than mine. And whether that's due to extreme difficulty or...
It's a combination of all the bonuses they get from extreme difficulty, but also just inherently the Sakura... in a way, being uncreative when you're the AI and you've got tons of bonuses is a good thing. And I say that because they run very narrow in their research, but they have a high level of research points because of their population. So what happens is you end up facing off with them, and by turn 150 they have advanced weaponry and armor, and you can't outpace that unless you too also have a growth/production empire. You just can't overcome the bonuses that they have. You just, as you can see here. I mean, the only way we could have done it, if I'm reflecting back on this particular, segueing back to this particular game, then we can talk more about Revenge of Antares, is that if by turn 120 we had engaged them and taken that risk, it might have paid off for us. Maybe.
Right.
Because they then got attacked by the Antarans again, like 20 turns after that, and then 25 turns after that. So maybe if we'd been really aggressive around turn 120, we could have done it. But we couldn't see that happening. We didn't know we were going to have that good fortune.
No.
So
that's
now,
the one thing the
speaking of
Illyrians couldn't be omniscient about.
Yeah. Now, right, exactly. Now, segueing back to Revenge of Antares, I think that they've implemented that pretty well. The Antares come in and raid. It was similar mechanic in Master Orion 2.
Yep.
The fact that they tend to go after whoever the board leader is. I think.
Right.
I think that makes sense.
As I mentioned a few episodes back, this was another casualty of the fact that we're playing on this highest difficulty level. Which again, that's why I say, well, maybe we step it down one, not so there's less of a challenge, but so that the challenges we do face are, believable.
Strategic instead of blunt.
Yeah, and one of the things that happened was when the Antarans would show up against these extreme difficulty Sakra, the Sakra could actually hold their own against the first arrival of the Antarans, even in the early game. And 2 times they had the Rout of the Century news event where the Antarans were defeated by the Sakra's planetary defenses, which is nonsense. Like the Antarans, regardless of who they're attacking, especially with their first fleets that arrive within the first 100 turns, they should be cleaning up. Even if it's similar class, like
and
if
the mechanic is they come in and destroy like one system and then they leave, right?
They destroy one planet. They come
planet.
in near one system. They surgically target one planet. You can tell which one they're going to from the start and how many turns it's going to take them. And then they hit it with they destroy any ships and defenses around it, but then they biobomb it, rather than trying to conquer it or rather than trying to glass it.
It doesn't permanently change the biome, though, right?
No, it does not.
Okay, so you can rebuild, but you lose said colony.
Yes. You lose said colony if all your population die. One thing that was pointed out to me in the previous series that I've been doing, Trilarian Trickery and Return of the Terrible Terrans, is you can use planetary shields to great effect against those biobombs, because it's just one bombing volley they drop and they leave.
Right.
So
yeah, that makes sense.
If you have
planetary shields become a before turn 100 investment, maybe.
Yes.
Maybe it becomes worthwhile.
Absolutely. So this is my point. This exact discussion. I feel like these choices and these experiences of the game are just simply going to be a bit more accessible. This is me making my case for possibly going down to very hard. It's not that I don't enjoy playing on extreme, especially with Mal.
We'll put it on there and see what people say.
But yeah, absolutely. Like I want to give people, the perspective on why we're thinking one way or the other, and then of course they make their own decision and their own vote.
My very logical argument is simply that I'm obstinate and don't want to give up. That's my very, very well thought out counter to Hadrian's
that is
logical and right. well spoken assessment.
I wouldn't go that far. But that's that's definitely very, very, very sensible of you.
Overall, then, just so we can wrap up here, what are your like if somebody was looking to purchase DLC for Master Orion, do you think the Return of Antares is worth the money? Is it worth the effort?
Yeah, well, the 3 races, are, of course, just to clarify, I know you know this, but since Mal said it that way, let me make sure it's totally clear. The Revenge of Antares is free. There's free DLC. The additional races, are what you buy. And frankly, my answer is yes. I really, really agree with one particular post that I saw on, I think it was on R4X Gaming on Reddit. And it wasn't even so much the content of the post that I liked. It was the title of the post, which is that it said Master of Orion 2016, now easily recommended. And it was in response to the Revenge of Antares DLC launching. I think that that title hits it spot on. I mean, they did a lot. This was a free update to the game that you get automatically when you purchase Master of Orion, with or without the new Antares races, the 3 that Mal and I have discussed and that are in this game, as a matter of fact. And I think the new features that they added, especially with the Antarans being able to prevent runaway AIs, at least on low to medium range difficulties, is great. I think the new races themselves maybe might still have some balancing to be done, but at the same time, I really enjoyed playing as the Trilarians, and the Trilarians, as you and I have discussed, are kind of like the least awesome of the 3. And I had a great time, and so did everyone watching. Like it's been, and I at the risk of sounding conceited, it's been one of the most popular series on my channel. When you look at the raw view counts, like people really like that. So even the Trilarians have been a lot of fun to play and to watch. So that's been good. And then I do like, as a smaller detail, I do like the fact that they've added. That they've buffed up the planetary defenses and the star bases, and that those structures are a little bit more powerful now. That's nice.
I want to see how that scales into the late game, and you get access to things like star fortresses. It seems like every game is wrapped up before that, though. You know?
Yeah. I mean,
I'd like to see that.
I totally agree. I've built a ton of star fortresses in Return to the Terrible Terrans right now, but that game is just I'm playing on hard difficulty, and I've said repeatedly while playing it, like, okay, you need to play very hard because I'm playing as the Terrans too, so I'm just steamrolling. But that's also in Revenge of Antares, FYI. So I haven't had the opportunity to see because no one's attacked my star fortresses, but I would love to see that as well. But yeah, lots of good changes. In general, the game is now, as that post said, easily recommended. And we recommended it beforehand, but there was definitely always this caveat, this asterisk of saying, well, you know, especially if you're a Master of Orion fan, maybe hold on, wait for them to make some more changes. Even just a few months ago, Mal and I were posting State of the Game updates before Revenge of Antares, where we were skeptical.
We were vocal. There were things that were missing.
Skeptical.
And case in point, there are still a few elements that are missing.
I
think the biggest one that I see come up in the various places where I discuss the game with people is the fact that rally points are still not there, and that would be a huge quality of life improvement. And of course, I'm going to say ship veterancy because I really wish they had that. But overall, I'm pleased with the game, and those of you that have watched myself and Hadrian, you've heard me say this before. I'm a long time Master of Orion.
I'm the newbie.
So for me to be critical,
I played
of
Pax
anything,
Amperia.
yeah, I mean, it's very difficult for me to be critical of it at all at times because I love the series so much. But I'm with Hadrian. I think at this point the game is solid. I think it's worth the price of admission, and I will still continue to play it. Yeah,
me too. I've actually, I remember when Master of Orion first came out and I did my first series on the channel, there was just this overwhelming feeling of this is really fun and people were really enjoying watching it. My audience was smaller at the time, but even then, like the few people that were commenting respond in the same way that people have tended to now. And it's just this game that's easy to get excited about, whether you're playing or watching. And for a while, that feeling went away during early access, maybe for both of us to a certain extent. Maybe in different ways since you have a deeper love for it. But like that feeling definitely went away from me and I wasn't as enthusiastic. But now, you know, I've really enjoyed cranking out a couple of new series in Master of Orion, and I look forward to anything more they might do with the game. Or even if they don't, I look forward to doing more single player series. I look forward to doing more co-op series. We might eventually find a way to bring in more than just you and me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. So we'll see how that goes.
I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what's wrong with Sabouts. I don't know.
Nothing's wrong with him.
There's something wrong with him, and I told him that
there's nothing wrong with him.
I told him that there's something wrong with him, that he's not playing this with us.
That's cruel.
I told him that, and I said, and I told him I'm going to tell other people. Then again, the same thing can be said.
Vicious.
The same thing can be said of you, Mr. Hadrian, when it comes to Stellaris, because
I had a perfectly legitimate reason. It's called real life / future career.
I would buy that if you weren't then playing something else that it could have taken up that slot, sir. That's right. And Sabouts and I are going to hold you feet to the fire and get you to do it.
What slot are you talking about? I didn't have a third series playing at that time. I had a Stellaris series playing in my normal time. No, I didn't.
Well, you could take that spot up. What is that, a special spot?
That's 6 p.m. That's one of my single slots. That's I don't do co-ops in there. I do co-ops at 9 or 3. You know how my channel is structured?
There are rules.
There are rules, Mal.
Let the comments fly.
The comments will fly on your channel. The comments on my channel will be like, yeah, Hadrian's got the way he does it. Sorry, Mal.
All right, well, before this disintegrates,
I'm going to regret saying that. I'm going to regret saying that so much.
What were we saying? We were saying something before all that nonsense. Oh, yes.
There's something wrong with Sabouts.
No, Sabouts is fine. that we both really we both really recommend Massive Orion at this point. I think to sum it up. And we will have that poll up so you guys can give us your feedback about another series and how we should go about playing it. That doesn't necessarily mean, by the way, that we'll do it, but we do want to hear your feedback legitimately.
Yeah, or that we'll do it soon. I actually have a really good, for those of you who do know a little bit more about what I do and, just how the reason, joking aside, the reason that I couldn't participate in the Stellaris co-op and other things just with busyness outside of the channel, I'm actually feeling quite good about the next couple of months as compared to the previous. So I can't commit to anything just yet, but hopefully we'll have more time for more series like this. But for now, I need to remain my normal timid self when it comes to when it comes to overpromising with these series. So when it happens remains to be seen. But we definitely want to get your feedback now and give you a long time for feedback. Let people who find the series maybe in the backlog in the next weeks and months. Not that it's going to be months before we get to it, but you never know. Give people a chance to give their feedback so we can have a nice big sample of folks. And there's the inner statistician and me coming out a little bit. Just giving us some feedback on what to play, and we'll be glad to follow that feedback or completely ignore it like jackasses.
Well, we'll see. At the end of the day, you got to enjoy what you're doing, right?
Indeed. Yeah, indeed.
Feedback
exactly.
you use, but you still got to make a decision. So.
Yeah. Well, I do believe we are going to go ahead and put a cap on the ill-fated, once again, Extreme Bromance series.
We'll win one eventually. We will win one eventually. It'll happen.
Oh, man. But at least we have fun playing, and hopefully you have fun watching. Thanks very much, by the way, everybody, for watching this series on either channel. We very much appreciate it. Thank you for your comments, your feedback, your encouragement, the laughter, the tears, all of it. It's been great, as always, and we look forward to doing the next one for you guys. Any last words, Mal?
Nope, just I'll echo what he said. Thanks for watching, folks, and we will see you later.